Our next presenters are from Bora Pharmaceuticals. Joining us are Kirk Donaldson, Vice President, Head of Business Development and Strategic Accounts, and Helen Clark, Senior Director for Pharmaceutical Development Services. Bora Pharmaceuticals is a premier international contract development and manufacturing organization specializing in formulation development, clinical and commercial manufacturing, and packaging of complex oral solid dose, liquid, semi-solid, biologics, and sterile injectable pharmaceutical products. Welcome, Kirk and Helen.
Thank you, Barry, and thank you, Outsourced Pharma, for having us. So we'll spend a little bit of time today talking about our small molecule capabilities. As Perry mentioned, we've got a wide variety of capabilities across the Bora network, but today we'll focus in on some of the main facilities, both in North America as well as in Taiwan, and some of the unique capabilities of those sites. So hopefully a lot of you have already heard of Bora, but many of you maybe have not. So who is Bora Pharmaceuticals? So as I mentioned, we're a global CDMO with world-class facilities both in North America as well as in Asia, and delivering products to well over 100 countries globally. Again, as we mentioned, we're a comprehensive CDMO with a wide variety of services to serve our customers from early development, clinical, all the way through commercial supply. And when I tell people about Bora, I always like to start with the Bora Pledge. Something that was extremely important to Bobby Sheng, our CEO, when starting Bora back in 2007, was to ensure that we built a CDMO that was doing things differently. And that culture was always at the forefront of the facilities that we ran and the people we interact with. And so we've really put this Bora Pledge first and forefront, that we invest in our people, we train our people, we give them opportunities for development, and in partnership, we look for strategic partners that we can succeed with. So we take ownership of their projects, of their products, and we treat them as if they are our own. And we take a joint success in bringing their product to the market and ultimately to the patients who need the medicine. Equally, I think the CDMO industry has gotten a bad reputation over the years, and a lot of that has to do with unfulfilled promises. And so we've always, again, made sure that we do the right thing and stand behind the commitments that we make. We are always looking for solutions and making sure that we treat everybody with respect. Certainly, we're always ensuring that we're delivering the product with pride and with quality. If we can't deliver the product with quality to the patients that deserve them, then there certainly is a lot of challenges. So this is always at the forefront, and we'll talk a little bit about the performance of the facilities and how we go about doing that. And then as you'll see in the presentation, we're continuing to invest in our facilities as well as acquiring new facilities to better serve our customers into the future. So again, just a very high-level overview of our journey as we become a large-scale global contender in the CDMO space. As I mentioned, we were established in 2007 by Bobby Sheng, our CEO. That really initiated through our first acquisition of a facility in Tainan, Taiwan from Eisai. We continue to operate this facility on their behalf with shipping products into the Asian market. Shortly thereafter, in 2017, the company went public, and that really snowballed a number of future investments through site acquisitions and growth of capabilities. In 2018, we acquired a large OSD facility from Impax and Amneal in Zhunan, Taiwan. And then we acquired our first flagship facility in North America from GSK, which is the site in Mississauga, which we'll go into a little bit more detail. We made an acquisition into the large molecule space in 2022 through the acquisition of Eden Biologics. And then we acquired a company called TWI, which also came with several facilities in Taiwan, including added capabilities into sterile ophthalmics. And then really over the last 2 years, we've been very busy. So we acquired a large-scale oral solid facility in Minneapolis, Minnesota from Upsher Smith. We'll go into detail about that facility in further slides. and then our first entry into the sterile fill finish through the acquisition of Emergent Biosolutions in Baltimore, Maryland. And then, as Perry mentioned, we do have capabilities in the biologic space, both from an early development perspective as well as now large-scale production through our investment in Tanvex or Bora Biologics in San Diego. So again, just a quick snapshot of the investments that we've been making across the network. In January of 2024, we made some additional investments into our dedicated pilot plant in Mississauga, Canada. This site already had quite a bit of equipment and expertise for development in semi-solids and liquids, and we've now built that to match from an OSD perspective. In April of 2024, as I mentioned, we made the acquisition of Upshur Smith, and also in August of 2024, the acquisition of the sterile fill finish facility. Then in May of 2025, we announced the installation of a new AST Genesis C automated vial, syringe, and cartridge line. This is to further supplement our customers' needs in sterile fill finish in Baltimore. And then we began some further investments in the site in North America, focused more on small molecules. So installation of a high-speed tablet and packaging line into the Maple Grove facility, a new Norton tube filling line in Mississauga, and the installation of a Gerteis macropactor as well in Maple Grove. Again, we've got a wide range of dosage form capabilities across our network, spanning from oral solids, oral liquids, sterile fill finish, biologics, and semi-solids. With, again, a highly specialized capability in analytical and development and manufacturing and packaging. And now I'll hand it off to Helen to talk a little bit more detail about our capabilities across the network.
Hi, thank you, Kirk. So I'm just going to focus a little bit on the small scale manufacturing capability that we have, both in solid dose and then some other dosage forms. And this is across all the key sites that we've been talking about. We have a number of sites that just specialize in small scale with an ease to being able to scale up as well. So matching up equipment where we've got small granulators, then we have a range of sizes of those at commercial scale as well. So from a granulation and blending perspective, small glass available, and also a small Gerteis roller compactor. And then moving into compression and encapsulation, we've got a number of encapsulators that are capable of doing a wide range of solid dose formats, powders, beads, granules, mini tabs, pellets, and also dual feed as well. We've got the capability of doing monolayer, bilayer, and trilayer tablets also, and some specialization in laser drilling. We've got a range, as Kirk mentioned, that we've just recently invested in some very small scale coating as well. So we've got, we can go from down to about 1 kilo batch size all the way up to large commercial scale. Also solvent tablet coating and all sorts of different types of active coats. Also from a small scale, we can put powder into bottles and also tablets, and then we have blisters as well. As we look at towards scaling up to the large scale, as I mentioned, we've got a vast range of different sizes from in granulation for high shear and low shear granulation with a number of different types of coating, and also Worcester coating as well. We've got the smaller range of Gerteis mini pactor, and then being able to scale that up into the Gerteis macro pactor as well. Encapsulation, I've mentioned most of the pieces there around the different types of tablets and feeds into the capsules and the coating. When it comes to packaging and serialization, as many of the sites export to a number of different markets, we spent a lot of time making sure that all lines are capable from a solid dose, a semi-solid, and liquids to be able to pack bottles, blisters, tubes, cartons, down to pallet levels for various markets, going from Poda Plus to full track and trace. One of our specialities in one of the sites in Canada is around semi-solid manufacturing. Here we've lined up, as Kirk mentioned, in the pilot plant, very small scale capability going down to 500 grams or a liter worth of cream, ointment, liquid, or gel, and then being able to scale those up either using Becamix technology or Multimat technology to make sure that we have the large scale appropriate vessels as well. Over the last few years, we've tech transferred and developed a number of products in the semi-solid and also in the liquid category. Our vessels are all heated, cooled jackets, multiple side vessels as well, and bottom different homogenizers in most capabilities. From a tube perspective, we've got a number of tube lines going down to as small as 2 grams and as high as 180 grams. We pack all the usual plastic, aluminium barrier laminate, and just straight aluminium metal tubes. We've got a number of tube lines, and we've just recently invested in an additional second high-speed Norden line, which goes up to 200 tubes a minute. In the liquids sector, we have solutions and suspensions, but we also have nasal sprays. We're able to fill multi-dose glass bottles and then either crimp or screw-on pumps available for nasal spray. We've got a high-speed Groninger filling machine that crimps at 170 bottles per minute. Solutions and suspensions, we go down to the small scale and then up to the large 3,000 liter scale. As I mentioned previously, all the packaging and serialization is in place already for glass and plastic bottles. We also have the capability of putting both gels and liquids into sachets up to about 10 grams. And then we're also capable of co-packaging dosing cups, syringe, spoons, everything that you would need inside your carton. I'll hand it back to Kirk.
Thanks, Helen. Again, highlighting the sites that focus on small molecule drug product. We've got the 3 facilities in North America, and then a total of 5 facilities in Taiwan, with 2 of those being located in Zhongli. Now we'll do a quick deep dive into the site in Maple Grove. This was the site that was acquired from Upsher-Smith late last year. This is an absolutely beautiful facility, state-of-the-art. The large-scale commercial area was just finished at the end of 2022 with a wide variety of dosage forms for oral solids and technologies, including extrusion spheronization, hot melt, solvent capabilities, as well as DEA-controlled substances. From a packaging perspective, again, we've got the capability to do bottles, blisters, sachets, as well as unit and hospital dose for liquids and powder and bottle. From a capacity perspective, the site is onboarding a number of customers today, but has capacity to take on both immediate and near-term projects, as well as from small scale to large scale commercial production. Again, a few of the differentiators of this facility, as I mentioned, this is a 270,000 square foot facility with large scale commercial manufacturing, but also a dedicated pilot plant and clinical space for manufacturing. In addition, we have 100,000 square feet of shelf space that's ready for future expansion. This area is capable of an installation of 9 high-speed packaging bays, as well as additional technologies into spray drying, encapsulation, tablet press, or any other technology that may be required for a partner. Let's move on to Zunon. Similarly, Zunon has a significant amount of experience and expertise in complex oral solids. This facility is US FDA approved and was built by Impax for $135 million. Again, a wide variety of dosage forms, including tablets and capsules, many of those focusing on extended release. Today, we're producing about 2 billion units that are distributing around the world. Similar to the other sites, we have full packaging capabilities and serialization, and we're available to begin immediately and near term for both development and manufacturing. Again, a few facility differentiators. This site also has solvent capabilities, Worcester coating, as well as the ability to do multi-component or bead encapsulation, laser drilling, and as Helen mentioned, both bilayer and tri-layer tablets. Now I'll hand it back to Helen to talk about her site in Mississauga.
So in Mississauga, it was, as previously mentioned, it was built by GSK, so to big pharma standards, high quality standards. It was built in the late 1990s and has been maintained as such since then. We specialize in semi-solids and liquids, as I mentioned, but we also have the solid dose capability there, the tablets and capsules. We can cover blisters, sachets, bottles for both tablets and liquids, multiple tubes, nasal sprays, and all the lines are serialized. From a capacity perspective, we have immediate and near-term capacity available on this site. This site is a very large site, so we've got multiple dosage forms, and it's really useful to have that dedicated pilot plant in a separate area that's then feasible to scale up. Specific special capabilities that we've got, solvents and flammables, we can handle in the semi-solid areas, and high potent capabilities in all dose forms. And this goes down to less than 1 microgram per meters cubed, a very low OEL. We've got steroids in certain dosage forms in both creams and also nasal sprays. We've highlighted a couple of times, we're very proud of our new Norden tube filling line, which is just up and running recently. Moving on to quality. So one thing we do hear a lot from clients is that this is one of the most important attributes that we want to make sure that there's a good level of quality in all our manufacturing sites. So we don't compromise on quality, and we never will. All of our manufacturing operations, we have positive compliance records. I'll show some of the records that we've got from the highlighted sites. And we also have advanced electronic quality systems. We have labware systems in our laboratories. Everything's electronic. In our production areas, we have weighing and dispensing electronic quality systems. And then we also moving to Viva for all of our sites for all of the quality management systems as well, and electronic batch records for some of the sites for day-to-day operations. Looking at our regulatory compliance, just highlighting a couple of the sites. On the left-hand side, you can see the Maple Grove site, which is FDA approved and is continuously under inspection by the FDA. And on the right-hand side, the Mississauga site in Canada, where we export to over 100 different markets. We have a number of different markets. The US FDA just gave us the VAI about a month ago, and we just had a Health Canada, another audit, which has just finished off this morning with an acceptable compliant outcome as well. If I move to Zhunan, which is in one of our Taiwan sites, you can see again that they've got FDA approval at the Taiwan FDA, and importantly as well, the MHRA acceptance. They're actually undergoing an FDA audit right now as well, which is as the FDA kind of gets around to some of the international sites. All of this is underlined by having regulatory affairs as well that's available for our clients with any of their needs in filing. I'll hand back to Kirk to summarize.
Thanks, Helen. So just a few key takeaways for those who are interested in Bora. We do have immediate and near-term capacity available for both clinical development as well as commercial programs. And we are staffed accordingly across our facilities to kick projects off in a matter of 7 to 10 days. And that's really been a major differentiator with our clients, is to make sure that their product gets off to a fast start. And from the very beginning, they don't fall behind their goals. All sites are delivering at world-class on time and full with scores over 95%. And right first time scores of 96.1 in the highlighted sites today. We have extensive experience in tech transfer, scale up and commercialization, onboarding over 40 new molecules across the network over the last 3 to 4 years. We have high throughput and high capacity OSD manufacturing and well positioned at global sites, including our large scale production facility in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Again, a broad range of specialized technologies for OSD to manage complex oral solids and full packaging, labeling, and serialization designed to accommodate the unique needs of different regulatory markets. And lastly, I think as we've mentioned throughout the presentation, future expansions and investments in new assets and new capabilities. We're routinely asking our clients and our potential partners what their pain points are, making sure that we're investing for the future and that we'll be able to serve them for their future needs. Thank you.
Kirk, Helen, thank you. Great presentation, really interesting company, Bora Pharmaceuticals. Can you tell us a little bit more about your plans for expansion in the Maple Grove facility?
Yeah, absolutely. So, as you might imagine, with the scale and size of the facility and being in the U.S., we've seen tremendous response. This is a facility we purchased late last year, and after going through a number of rationalizations of some of the legacy products in the facilities, we are wide open for future growth. Again, we're actively investing into the facility from a packaging perspective, from a granulation perspective, but we're hosting a wide variety of companies who are looking for more strategic global partnerships that aren't single product deals, but large portfolios. So we're really served at that site to be able to grow with our customers. We've got plenty of capacity within the existing GMP space, but the ability to grow and expand for many years to come.
Awesome. You mentioned that you have immediate capacity availability. So can you talk a little bit about your approach to tech transfer and timing of onboarding a project?
Yeah, absolutely. Helen, do you want to take that?
Sure. Yeah. So we generally try and do a kickoff within signing of a proposal within that first week. We're aligning with our partners, and then we build a plan together. Currently, right now, for a liquid or a semi-solid, if we're going in from sort of scale-up batch, maybe through to registration, we can manage that in about 4 to 5 months. Obviously, sometimes it depends on component availability, raw material availability, but we're keen to get started and get methods transferred in. Try not to let methods be the bottleneck, but working with our partners, we can certainly do it in the less than 6 months time frame.
Thank you very much for being with us today. Kirk Donaldson and Helen Clark from Bora Pharmaceuticals.
Thank you, Perry.